the jury round for the GenAI Agentic AI category of the 16th AG's Scramble Award. My name is Tushar, and I will be your host for today's session. It's a privilege to leading this round where we will witness some of the most impactful innovations in GenAI Agentic AI jury round. Today, we are here not only to evaluate, but also to celebrate the innovation that are reshaping how organizations operate, innovate, and deliver value. Before we begin, let us take a quick look at the journey of the Aegis Gramble Award over the years.
Good morning, Ashutosh ji.
Yeah, hi, good morning. Sorry, I'm a bit late.
Yeah, no.
Thanks for joining, Mr. Ashutosh.
Esteemed jurors, participating companies, and all delegates joining us on LinkedIn and YouTube, welcome to the 16th edition of the Aegis Graham Bell Awards, AGBA, India's most credible platform celebrating innovation. Today we host the jury presentations, where innovators from enterprises, startups, and academia will showcase their product, service, and solution innovations, driving progress that improves our lives, businesses, and society at large. To start, here's a quick video that tells our story.
India has the largest population of the blind. From past 65 years, we have been empowering the visually challenged persons to bring them in the mainstream society with the assistive technology.
75,000 ladies every year dying in India because of breast cancer. We as a team wanted to change this scene.
134 million customers in 170 days. Never happened before. The fastest growing startup in the world.
I would like to thank Aegis Campbell for recognizing us, and it's pretty a pleasure because we're a very small company, unlike the big names which are coming over there. Pure startup. Thanks Aegis Campbell for giving this award to us and recognizing.
It looks like technology will boost market in India.
This is not just a great platform for recognition of the work we have done, but also for the valuable feedback we have received from the jury. That is very important for a startup like ours.
I think events like this, where we recognize the good work, the innovative work some people have done, and I'm very glad to see that smaller companies have been picked out to be awarded.
I have also to thank him for making me a part of this event for the last few years. More than you all, I feel more benefited because each time when I go back from this annual event, I go back wiser than before, having learned what more can be innovated and what more can be developed.
As you just witnessed a glimpse of what the Aegis Graham Bell Awards are all about, let me take a moment to share the origin and purpose behind AGBA. The Aegis Graham Bell Awards were instituted in 2010 by the Aegis School of Data Science, AI and Telecom under the Aegis Knowledge Trust with a clear vision to promote innovation, support bold ideas, and recognize excellence through a credible, transparent, and merit-based platform. For over 15 years, AGBA has been celebrating groundbreaking innovations and honoring innovators from startups, enterprises, and academia. This year, we have introduced the AGBA Innovation Star Certification for products, services, and solutions and the Innovation Index for entire enterprise, further establishing AGBA as a national benchmark and accelerating India's transition into an innovation-driven economy. The 16th edition is supported by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, and SwissNex, our country partner fostering Indo-Swiss collaboration in research and innovation. Powered by MeitY Campus, AGBA enables a seamless digital ecosystem for talent and institutions worldwide. In the same spirit of innovation, we are proud to introduce AssessFi, the AI-powered assessment solution, transforming assessments into active learning tools through instant feedback and granular analysis. Our esteemed jury will be evaluating each nomination across 4 key criteria: problem definition and market opportunity, innovativeness, market potential and impact, and social impact with sustainability. As we begin today's sessions, remember, these innovations are not only shaping industries, they are defining the future. Welcome once again to the 16th Aegis Graham Bell Awards jury presentations.
Thank you. That was
Esteemed juror.
Thank you. That was a quick glimpse into the inspiring journey of the Aegis Graham Bell Award over the years. Now let us meet our esteemed jury panels for today's discussion. Professor Abhinav, who is the Associate Professor of Monash University, Professor Ashutosh Modi, who is the Associate Professor of IIT Kanpur, Dr. Vinay Kulkarni, who is the Associate Professor of IIT Bombay, and Mr. Bhupesh Daria, who is the Managing Trustee of Aegis Knowledge Trust and the founder of Aegis Graham Bell Award. We are truly honored to have such a distinguished panel with us, bringing the expertise and insights to today's jury round. Before we begin the presentation, let me quickly walk you through the scoring portal. Jurors, once you log in with the details, username and the password, you can select today's date and you will see the list of companies presenting for the today's jury round. You can score from 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest. Simply enter your scores for each of the companies. There is no save button. Your scores will be auto-saved and as you enter them. With that, we will be starting with our first presentation for the today's GenAI Agentic AI presentation. Our first presentation is with the company Octacore. Representing the company, we have Mr. Gopinath. So we have our first presenter from the team Octacore.
Hello. There are a few other members. I think
yes, Mr. Ranjan, the team has joined.
Yeah. Kirti, can you start?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Kirti will request you to share the screen. Kirti, you are on mute. Hello, Kirti.
You're able to hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So we are from, good morning, we are from Octacore.
Mr. Kirti, there is a timer of 10 to present your presentation. The timer will start now. We wish you the best.
Okay, thank you for that. Good morning, this is Kirti Ranjan. I'm one of the directors. I'll be presenting here. So this is, we are Octacore. We are AI native company focusing on agentic AI-based document automation. And the problem statement we are trying to address here is like everyday operation, compliance and finance teams in banks, real estate firms, insurers, and corporates handle thousands of critical documents. The problem is this 80% of data is unstructured, buried inside the contracts, filings, and emails. That means 40% of the team time is wasted on manual document handling. So this makes the workflow slow down. Approvals are delayed, errors creep in and exposing companies to compliance fine, and this results in the revenue loss ultimately. So it's just not a workflow problem, it's a strategic problem. When our people are buried in paperwork, they can't focus. This results in the hidden costs and inefficient document processing. So why current tools are failing is like, now you might think automation has solved this, but let's be clear. OCR tools, they can scan text, but they lose context. RPA bots automated, they like repetitive tasks is there, but they don't understand the underlying meaning. So the workflow platforms like other agentic AI apps, they don't offer compliance intelligence. Businesses don't need now automation anymore, they need intelligence. They need AI that can unlock the unstructured data, reason over it, act upon it, and that's exactly where Octacore comes in. So at Octacore, we have built a platform that combines intelligent document processing with agentic AI. This powerful duo can close this loop from data to action. Like our intelligent document processing, it handles over 500 pages with full context retention, some things competitors struggle with. And we have an exceptional OCR accuracy with intelligent validation, turning even low quality scans into trusted structured inputs. Semantic reasoning, so you can query over 200 pages. In our case, we can do a 500-page contract like you would query a database. And when we were developing this, in process of developing this, we came to know that we can patent this also because we are first in the market to do so. So, and apart from this, we will also have a human in loop check to guarantee compliance accuracy. So next is our agentic AI platform is a no-code multi-agent workflow builder. Think of it like other agentic AIs in the market, but we are built for enterprise. And we are focused on AI in regulated industries. So this automates end-to-end workflows, compliance checks, loan processing, risk alerts, onboarding. And this works across channel, web, mobile, WhatsApp, makes it deeply embedded in daily operation. This is fully scalable SaaS with enterprise-grade audit trails. So what makes us unique is, unlike OCR, we keep the context. Unlike RPA, we reason with the meaning. So unlike generic workflow tools, we are built for BFSI, real estate, insurance, and compliance-heavy industries. The result is that enterprise now don't just move faster, they move smarter.
Mr. Kirti, just a prompt. You are left with 6 minutes.
Yeah. So let me give you one use case, like how we are take a use case of a PSU bank which receives over a 200-page loan application. Our IDP ingests, extracts ownership details, validates financial and flags. Compliance checks, then our agentic AI launches an autonomous compliance agent that cross-checks filings, runs risk scorings, and generates a report. A process that one took days now can be done in minutes. And same if you are in a real estate chain which needs to analyze 300 leases, our IDP summarizes rent terms, exit clauses, escalation rules, and the agentic AI triggers when clauses deviate from standards. Deals that would have delayed by manual reviews now close week faster. So the market size, we are looking like the global AI-driven document automation market will reach 15 billion by 2030. And the immediate market focus our focus is on BFSI, real estate in Middle East and India, which is about $270 million. So this is as per market research conducted exclusively for Octacore Labs. We can share the report over mail after this. And yeah. So this is one slide like our immediate competitors. We are like, they soon will catch up, but we are quite ahead of them. So
yeah, move to the next slide, kid.
Yeah, we have a small demo. I'll just play on.
Octacore Labs introduces AI-powered intelligent document processing platform designed to streamline your document workflows. Here's your central dashboard, showcasing all your creative processes clearly and conveniently. Let's start by creating a new process, essentially a blueprint defining exactly how your documents move through the platform. Document ingestion. First, choose your document sources, whether FTP servers, APIs, or external systems. This initial step seamlessly pulls documents into the system. Classification. Automatically classify your documents. Our intuitive UI leverages advanced machine learning, generative AI, computer vision, and NLP technologies, allowing you to define specific document types effortlessly. Data extraction with OCR. Now, extract data using powerful, cascaded extraction tools. Choose between generative AI, where you simply write prompts, or machine learning, where you train the system using several documents. The built-in OCR converts scanned files into readable, structured data for accurate extraction. Optional data enrichment. You can further enrich data by connecting external sources, like CRMs or APIs, to add additional context and insights, entirely through a no-code configuration. Validation and review. Next, validate the accuracy of extracted data either automatically or with a straightforward human review interface, featuring easy yes/no approvals. You can even set thresholds for automatic validation to streamline the process. Destination and workflow automation. Finally, define exactly where your intelligently processed data should flow. Our platform makes it effortless to route structured data directly into your CRM systems, FTP servers, APIs, or seamlessly integrate into automated workflows. Easily set up sophisticated processes for quick approvals, timely escalations, or tailored business workflows, transforming your document data into actionable insights instantly. Each defined process, such as loan approval or customer onboarding, manages multiple documents or applications simultaneously. These individual applications or requests are called process instances, which allow users to track every document's journey clearly, view progress, and examine extracted data alongside highlighted source references. Process instances provide simple interfaces for human validation, helping maintain high accuracy. User feedback also continually trains and refines our AI, ensuring increasing accuracy over time. Additionally, our platform features advanced AI-powered querying, similar to ChatGPT, but specially optimized for handling long-form documents. Quickly query details about the documents or processing steps, and receive precise answers with clearly highlighted source references, boosting transparency and confidence. With Octocore Labs intelligent document.
That was our demo, so we are open to questions.
Thanks, Team Octocore. Thanks for the presentation. That was greatly presented. Jurors, we'll move toward the Q&A now. Any of the jurors would like to go first?
Yeah, maybe can I go first?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so yeah, thanks a lot, Kirti, for the presentation. And yeah, I mean, it was a nice presentation, and you're trying to solve a really important problem, which is sort of plaguing the industry, right? Especially like the banking and finance industry. So I had a sort of more basic question there. So like you also mentioned about like you are using these agentic AI and all these systems. So have you trained I guess you're using LLMs behind the scenes, right? So what sort of models have you used? Have you trained your own models, or is it?
Ashutosh, while we are using LLMs for our agentic platform, we have our custom OCR, visual-based OCR, which increases accuracy. Secondly, for financial models, we have created a financial models with the data we have. So this allows us to increase accuracy in these two areas. Whereas for agentic orchestration, multi-agent orchestration, we are using open source LLM there.
Okay. I mean, have you evaluated your models? Like, have you done some sort of benchmarking, how good or bad they are, like compared to other existing approaches?
So we have, from the standard OCR, we are around 10% better. We have benchmarked that. And our financial models, it hallucinates less. So it's unlike LLMs, it gives more deterministic answers. So that we have checked.
Okay. And just one more question, like, do you support like especially for OCR, and if you, let's say, want to launch a product for Indian setting, right? So India is a sort of multilingual country, right? So do you support multiple Indian languages in your?
We currently support 3 languages, that is English, Hindi, and as we target Middle East, Arabic, we are training now.
Okay, I see. All right. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, sir, for your question. Dr. Vinay, would you like to take up the next question?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thanks for the presentation. I have 2 basic questions. One is related to the core itself. How many technologies do you have in this product that you can claim to be your own? because applications like this can be used using the APIs that are available as standard from multiple
So I think I
sources these
understand you.
days. Yeah.
The most important that we plan to patent is our unique way of processing documents which are more than 500 pages. Normally, what happens, AI with the context window gets saturated with the initial pages, and if there are a lot of information in the documents, they say needle in the haystack, and if something is in the later pages, the AI or LLM would answer from the top 50 pages, right? So we have built a mechanism which is optimized, economical, as well as builds a context and relationship between all the entities informations in the document, which is a separate module on top of LLM. So which helps us to handle very long for, if not infinite context, that's a very long context for LLMs. So that is our IP which we'll patent. Apart from that, we have what you called optimize our OCR. That would be our component. And third, the financial models. While there are APIs available, we have customized it, which we feel is more crisper answer. Rest all, it's our solution, which is unique to us. But yes, it's based on LLMs. So people may reach there, but with this all 3 and 4 USPs, we give a unique proposition.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. So the second question I have is, there are two major problems when you're dealing with anything to do with documents. One is, validation, which you have addressed to some extent. So when you talk about auto validation, how does it happen? That is question number one. Question number two is, when you have a long document like 500 pages, 300 pages, how do you ensure that everything that is important is captured by the process? So question number one is, how do you know that everything that is presented is correct? And second thing is, how do you know that everything that is important is also captured and processed?
Yeah. So the first question. I think I'll first tell that we had a human validations. There we have a RLHF feedback. So normally what we did a RFHF on using human validations. We got scores for the data that the industry that we're focusing. A human gave a score to it. Eventually what happens, the AI learns, and we have defined thresholds above which we feel if it reaches there, the auto validations will kick in. But it is still allowed, the customer can have it a manual human validation where all the data is extracted and he just needs to say yes or no. Eventually for sectors, this AI would learn. We would have a ML model at our place, which then decides on what output our platform gives. This is how we plan to handle auto validations. Second thing, coming to how do we have how all the informations are located, is we take the document, we pass it, we create a graph model out of it, and also a model where interconnections between pages, entities, we have summaries of sections, we understand the document structure, and then build relationship between different parts of the documents. It understands what is a section, what is a subsection, what's inside the section, and it has a relationship built in. Now what happens with our proprietary technology that we have, when we then ask a LLM to answer, we also provide this context which we have retrieved from our relationships that we have built of the document.
Let me interrupt you here. The question is more about, yes, I mean, whatever you have, you will obviously use it very efficiently. My question was more about, how do I know that in a 500-page document something was not missed out and which is important?
So we do a needle in haystack experimentations where we inject a very small information in one page, which could be a completely unrelated, or it is minuscule, which LLM would have missed out. With that approach, we have tested and it is able to detect.
This is in the testing domain. What about real life? When I give you a document that is not seen, so do you have in-process injection of this needle?
Yes.
For every time a document is processed, is this test carried out?
No, currently not, but that's a very good advice. We can definitely look into.
So what I would advise is, I mean, it is very difficult to rely 100% on these tools. So if you can highlight and say that, these statements or these paragraphs somehow don't reflect in any of my graph nodes or relationships, at least.
Anomaly detection, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all from my side.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you
In
so
fact, it's an evolving technology, and as things are changing at such rapid pace, suggestion like this will help us to stay ahead. Definitely, sir.
Professor Abhinav, your question, sir.
Thank you. Well, thanks for the very interesting presentation. So, building upon what Professor Ashutosh was asking, so the stack which you have here, which is essentially your ML models and then some open source large language model, what type of hardware are you looking at? Because my assumption is if it's a 500-page long document and then we do entity recognition, we create a graph based on the concepts which are there, the knowledge base, etc. And then you may also have images and tables and whatnot in it. And then you would use that input into LLM because you said, the token length is a challenge. So what type of compute are you looking at and what sort of turnaround time would a user expect for, say, a 500-page long document?
Yeah. So most of this documents, right? These are processed ad hocly at night because if a request or application or contract comes in, right, the user puts in a pipeline and that gets processed in night. The querying, it's real time, right? So it happens in your 5 to 10 second window only, right? We keep this as batch processes. We don't expect heavy running processes to be immediately consumed. A lot of this backing process applications comes the day, let's say today it comes, night it gets processed and it's kept ready for the agents or the bank employees to interact the next day. So that's how we solve it. Secondly, we have our for OCR, graph and other, a GPU with 12 GB to 24 GB RAM is good enough. For open source LLM, either we can use a service provider like OpenAI or Claude, or if some customer wants this to be deployed in-house, then there are some hardware specifications for that, which we follow.
Interesting. So let's say when the customer is using your service and you're running it on your premises, how do you make sure about the privacy aspect and the legal aspect of the IP within the document itself?
Yeah. So now the first things,
Mr. Ranjan, as the timer is very less, I will just request to have a short and precise answer.
Okay. So first of all, we have our all security concerns. The data stored locally or in my cloud is encrypted. For customers who are compliance heavy, we allow them for on-premise deployment, whether an open source LLM, which is fine-tuned by us. The data resides with them. Those customers we are okay to share. We have our security in place. Everything is encrypted. No one can access it. Even us, we cannot access the data directly.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for your question. Bhupesh, sir, your question, please.
So you claim that you can really manage the 500-page document, right? So is there any different method you have used to increase the memory?
Memory of?
Of course, like if you're managing 500 document, you have to really put it in the RAM. So are you really using hard disk based vector database or any new innovative method we have developed?
We have a customized graph model which chunks the 500 pages, summarizes it, build a relationship between all the sections, what entities it is relating. And
that's a standard method. Yeah, thank you. That's a standard method. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So
it's a good work.
The complete document in memory.
Thank you, Team Octocore. Thank you, Team Octocore. Thank you for your presentation. Team, you did well with the presentation as well as greatly answered each of the jurors' question. We wish you the best with your innovation. Thank you for the presentation.
Lokinath, wonderful work.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Team Octocore.
Thank you.
Yeah. Jurors will request to score for Team Octocore. Till the time, I will get the next set ready.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
good morning.
Yes.
Hey. Hi, everyone. Tushar, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay.
Jurors, we are getting the next set ready. We have Team Post Studio who will be presenting their innovation. Hi, Mr. Dhaval. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes.
Should we take over?
We'll request to share your screen.
Thanks. Harish, could you please share the screen?
Yeah, we'll request to turn it into full screen. Yes, there is a timer of 10. You can ready to go.
Sure. So very good morning to everybody, the jurors as well as other people who are on the call. Quick introduction. So my name is Dhaval Gusai. I am the CEO and co-founder of Post Studio. Along with me is Harish. He's the co-founder and the CPTO for the company. Today, specifically, we'll be talking about ProDub, which is an AI dubbing application that we have created. And we believe it is the best in class when it comes to quality and efficiency. In terms of what we plan to cover in today's call, we will give you a quick overview of what the professional dubbing market looks like globally, as well as in APAC and India. We'll talk about the current challenges which are being faced in the professional dubbing industry. We'll talk about our solution, then the key benefits, and then I'll pass it over to my colleague who will take you through the client success stories as well as the demo of the product. Moving on to the next slide. So when we're talking about the overall professional dubbing industry, let me talk about what do we mean by it. We are talking about the industry where we are dubbing the movies, the TV shows, and the OTTs. What is not included in this is basically things which are non-professional in nature. So quote unquote, the things that you see on creator economy, some corporate videos, etc. When we talk about this professional dubbing market, the broadcast quality, we are talking about roughly around $4 billion in total market spends as of date today. The market is growing rapidly at roughly around 7% CAGR and is expected to be around 8 billion plus in the next 10 odd years. The interesting part is that almost a third of this market comes from the APAC region. While I don't have the exact numbers for India, but a fair estimate is that out of this 33%, almost half of it is coming from India, given the very rich linguistic diversity that we have in this country. So give or take, we are estimating that India, the market size is roughly anywhere between 500 million to 750 million annually. Moving on to the next slide. When we talk about how dubbing is happening today, we see that there are two distinct types of solutions that exist in the market. The first one are the manual dubbing studios, which I'm sure that you are aware of, and I won't spend too much of time. And on the other side, in the last couple of years, we have seen a proliferation of a lot of AI tools, some of them like the 11 Labs, Deep Dove, Murph, etc. And there are quite a few there. What we see that while the manual process is inefficient, the AI, we believe, is incomplete and of lower quality. Let me dwell a little bit in terms of the key challenges that we see. So when it comes to broadcast quality, so what I mean by broadcast quality is that this is the kind of quality that you see in movies, TV shows, and OTTs, where things like accent, emotional nuances are paramount. While manual dubbing studios can do the trick, unfortunately, AI tools are still lagging on it. While there are different parameters to assess that, but even if you take something like a mean opinion score, majority of them fall in the bracket of 3 to 4 in a scale of 5, which is good enough, but not good enough to be on the broadcast quality. On the cost and quick turnaround or the productivity front, that's where the manual dubbing process lose out to AI tools, which are obviously much faster and much more cost efficient. The other advantage of the manual dubbing studios over the current AI tools is that they are end-to-end and they're exhaustive. So they pretty much include all the workflows which are needed to take an original file in original language to a file in target language. Whereas AI tools, unfortunately, still are handling one or two workflows at best and not the entire value chain. Last but not the least is operational complexity, which is kind of linked to the end-to-end part of it. Manual studios, since they handle end-to-end and it is still done in a very on-prem nature, the operational simplicity is not there, whereas AI tools do have the operational simplicity. Moving to the next slide, that is where ProDub comes in, which is basically taking the best of the world from manual and AI to give an end-to-end solution for dubbing. In essence, what we are an application layer that covers the end-to-end workflows. And when I say end-to-end workflows, we will also show you a small demo. We are talking about all the workflows which are needed to take a file from original language to a target language. These workflows include things like scripting, diarization, mastering, collaboration, because these are fairly collaborative processes, etc. The other thing is it's a purely web-based tool, so it can be accessed from anywhere in the world, and people can seamlessly collaborate on the same thing. What powers the bunch of these workflows are different types of models. We use a mix of both fine-tuned open source models as well as third-party proprietary models. But these models cover the entire value chain. So for instance, we use specific set of models for translation of scripts. We use a different set of models for voice cloning, for lip sync, etc. But all of them come under a single application. On top of that, we provide an optimized oversight. That is where the human in the loop approach comes in. The human in the loop approach provides not just the exhaustive quality control, but also delivery at every step. So this is where the secret sauce of optimizing quality or productivity lies.
Mr.
The human
Dhaval,
oversight can...
just a prompt, you are close to 5 minutes.
Sure. Yeah, thank you so much, Tushar. So just from the perspective of optimized oversight, so we have both the QC and delivery taken care of. Now, this is something that we can also provide as a part of our solution, or our end customer can also do the same thing. Moving on to the next slide, that what are the key benefits in that particular case? So key benefits pretty much fall in 4 different buckets. The first one is around the exceptional quality. So we provide some of the best voice clones, as well as a large selection of Indian languages. Today, we support all the major Indian languages in terms of dub, and we'll show you an example as well. At the same time, our emotional range is at par with manual dubbing. In terms of productivity, in the example that we have with the customers, we are up to 75% faster than their existing manual processes, and we are up to 50% more cost efficient as compared to manual processes, predominantly coming because we use much less manual effort. In terms of robust data security, obviously, we are working with enterprises. Enterprises are primary clients, so we take it very seriously. We are ISO 42001 compliant as well as TPN Plus Gold certification. In terms of social impact broadly falls into 2 broad buckets. So first of all, obviously, given that we are providing a much more cost-efficient and quality dubbing process, we believe that this will increase access to global and regional content within India. The second important point is that this is a purely web-based tool that can be accessed from anywhere, and we believe that it has a significant impact in reducing the carbon footprint of the entire dubbing process at large. With that, let me switch over to Harish, who will now show you the examples as well as the demo of it. Harish, over to you, sir.
Hi. So let me just quickly show you the first example, which we have delivered for a show called a Hotstar special called Office. This is the Tamil original show delivered in 4 different languages. Initially, we started with 2 languages, Tamil show delivered in Hindi and Telugu. I'll just quickly play the content of this.
நண்பா, நீங்க என்ன சொன்னீங்க? இந்து இல்லைன்னா நீங்க செத்துருவேன்னு சொன்னீங்களா? நோ. இல்ல என்ன மீறி எவனாவது இந்து கழுத்தை தாலி கட்டினா அவன் தலையை வெட்டிடுவேன்னு சொன்னீங்களா? नंबा, நீங்க என்ன சொன்னீங்க? हिंदू लगभग चच पता ना चपेरा? नो, तो क्या तुमने कहा कि अगर कोई हिंदू से शादी करेगा तो तुम उसे मार डालोगे क्या? सही, एक चीज सच है ब्रा। हाँ, ఏడా నిన్న नहुल से निकलसी नन्नु ఎంత బాధ పెట్టారు तुम्हारे झूठ की वजह से मैं पूरी रात को सो नहीं पाया था हंसो मत అదపై అందుకే ఆ ఎంగేజ్మెంట్ ని ఎలా ఆపానో తెలియక జుట్టు పీక్కోండి लेकिन मेरी क्या गलती है मुझे तो बता सकते हो
நீங்க வந்ததே தப்பு வைக்க தாகி சச்சா சுப்சாப் சொல்லிச்சா
நான் உடனே நீ கல்யாணம் பண்ணிக்கோன்னு சொல்லி கேட்டு నన్ను పెళ్లి చేసుకొని అడగడానికి ఇక్కడికి రాలేదు तुम समझने की कोशिश करो मुझे पता है कि तुम इस शादी को मंजूर नहीं करती వాడు నీకు అసలు సెట్ అవడే
తన గురించి నీకేం తెలుసు फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तुम मेरी जिंदगी में दखल क्यों दे रहे हो
Sorry. Yeah, in the interest of time, I'll just switch the other example. So there is a movie that we have done. So Office is something that we have delivered for as a OTT show. This is 100 episodes that we delivered. There are more shows that we are doing with Hotstar specials. There are 5 to 6 different shows that are lined up and the deliveries are happening as we speak. Kannada movie Brat is the one where the hero's voice was supposed to be cloned and delivered in different languages. We delivered that. The thing, that trailer is available on YouTube. Let me just switch to another example where we have used Produb in a more
बांद्रा आजकल ना हैकिंग का बड़ा चक्कर है आगे देखिए कहाँ हो आप चर्च गेट आजकल ना हैकिंग का बड़ा चक्कर है आगे देखिए कहाँ हो आप अंधेरी आजकल ना हैकिंग का बड़ा चक्कर है आगे देखिए
So this is the application layer that I'm quickly walk through. What you can see on this application layer, and this is the
कोई दूसरा ऑप्शन नहीं है क्या? कॉल करने से क्या फायदा होगा?
ठीक है, शाम तक ये सारे लड़ाई झगड़े बंद करके एक अपॉलॉजी लेटर डेस्क पर रख दो, तब मैं सोचूंगी.
What you can see on the screen here, sir.
Mr. Dhaval, the timer has stopped. We can continue the video if we get a time during the Q&A.
Sure. So should we switch over to Q&A? Thank you.
Yes.
Sure.
Thanks for the presentation. That was crazily presented with the demo as well. We'll start the Q&A now. Professor Abhinav, would you like to take up the first question?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dhaval, for the interesting presentation. A couple of questions here. So when you do this facial performance generation, is it like a person specific or a sort of a generic model?
Sir, you mentioned about the facial thing.
Facial performance, lip sync generation.
So our majority of our solution product is meant for the dubbing part of it. Facial is something that we are doing this as that's not our core proposition at this moment, but we have done that as the capability because some of the open source model that we worked and delivered that as the sample or this thing. And the reason that we are not focusing on facial performance is because of two reasons. One is that there are no business use case for this as a taker. And the cost of operation cost of processing has been very high at this moment. And because there is no business use case for this, we have deprioritized as our deliverables at this moment.
Okay.
Only for the marketing materials, what I showed you as a special ops, they use this as one of the trials.
Okay. So the video part right now is open source. The text and audio part is something which is the part of the IP of the company.
That's right, sir.
So just to be clear, sir, sorry to interrupt. Just to be clear, so we are using a lot of open source fine-tuned models as well as third-party proprietary models.
Okay.
What we are focusing on is on the application side of it. So what we are bringing together are the workflows together. And to answer your lip sync question, the reason why we just did a very demo part of it is purely from an ROI perspective, given that in video, we have to process the entire video, which obviously is a very expensive proposition. And unfortunately, even while we are working with the kind of clients that you have just seen, unfortunately, even for them, the ROI is not justified. So therefore, while we have put this more as a demonstration, as a capability, we have not fully built it out as a product.
Okay.
And we are focused more on the audio side of it.
Right. So in the case of audio, is it simply voice cloning or even there the person-specific models are created?
Yes, sir. So let me take that, sir. There are three layers to this one. So first, for the dubbing process to be very effective, scripting plays the important role. So here we have fine-tuned the scripting model where the translation, and when we are generating the translation, the lip sync, the choice of words follow the phonetics, lip sync part of it, and therefore we get the more accuracy in terms of the lip sync part of it at the scripting level itself. Okay. And then comes the voice cloning part of it, where we are taking the consent of the original actors when we are dubbing for the different languages, which our clients do from at the production stage itself, and that is voice clone. Second thing comes the we are also making the switching between voice clone and so there is a guide track being created to ensure the performances of the actors. So what I mean by that is, for example, if I'm moving from Tamil to Hindi, for a Hindi version, I'm using the cloned voice for the final rendition, but the cloned voice is defined by the guide track created as a thing. So this reduces my logistic cost of bringing all the 15 to 20 different characters, voice actors to the studios and recording them. So instead of that, I'm using one voice to record my performance and
then you
then
do cloning.
cloning it to the other things.
Right. Okay.
Just to clarify, sir, one quickly, that pretty much we are working with the IP owners of the content. So whether it's a GeoStar or the movie, so they do have the rights for cloning the particular voice of that actor.
Of course. Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for your question. Dr. Vinay, your question, sir.
Yeah, hello. I have just one question. So in terms of manual versus this fully automated workflow for voice, can you give us some sense of the productivity improvement? How much time would it take for a 1 minute video to be processed manually versus what this entire offering can do?
Sure, sir. Sir, let me take an example of a half an hour episode,
Okay.
Which is where we operate mostly. The half an hour episode in the traditional conventional dubbing used to take anywhere between 3 days to 7 days, depending on the complexity of the brand and the requirement and quality requirement. And most of this time, the 2 days used to go for scripting, 3 days for your logistically getting the voice acting, voice recording done, dubbing done, and mainly because of the schedule and the time of the voice actors and so on. And then the last 2-3 days on the mixing and the corrective side of it. What we have been able to deliver with Office, the example that we showed you, is in a day we were able to deliver 4 episodes. And that's the kind of because there is no dependency of the voice actor per se, where the performances can be done by any. There is no one single person that I'm locked with. So I'm able to generate in parallel multiple episodes.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Thanks.
just
That
to
answers
add to
my
that,
question.
sir, the two ways in which we improve productivity, the AI part, I think Harish has already covered that part of it. The second part is, since we have created a unified workflow, so pretty much the time that was wasted in data transfers, collaboration, etc., that goes away. So think of it this way, sir. We have built an Asana, a Figma, a Frame.io, all onto the dubbing workflow, attuned to that. So all the time that was wasted in transferring the data from, let's say, a editing guy to the scripter, etc., can all be now done on the platform, and that also saves the time to a great extent. So give or take, up to 75% is what we have seen.
So are these tasks done by the customers themselves, or you provide it as a service finally?
Both. It can be done both. We provide it as a service, but at the end of the day, if the customer wants, we can provide these tasks to the customer. They can operate that as well.
I see. So right now your deliverables are a couple of audio files which are dubbed.
Our deliverables are pretty much, sir, what we're presenting to them is that you give us an input file, we will give you an output file which is ready to be aired. Right?
Okay.
To your point, we try to do a little bit of solutioning ourselves because that is where obviously a price arbitrage exists. Because if you go purely into a technology part of it at this point in time, you will just be operating at some sort of an API token calls kind of a thing. So yes, we try to also provide the solutioning from more of a business perspective as well.
Okay. Now I asked this question basically because I think I heard you mention that in one of the projects you were responsible only for the male character's voice.
Yes, sir.
Right.
That was the movie point of view, sir.
Movie point of view. So how does that work?
Yeah. So there it was because they were
Mr. Harish, I would just request to have a short and precise answer, like as 2 of the jurors Q&A has been left. So we'll have a short and precise answer.
Sure. So because there was they were already in the middle of the movie dubbing, manual dubbing, they came to know about our solution, and because they wanted to make the Hindi, the hero of the movie actor to be the same voice to be used in different languages. They used a solution. So we came into the project at the last minute.
I see. Okay. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Dr. Vinay. Thanks for the question. Professor Ashutosh.
Yeah, hi. Thanks. Very nice presentation and nice product. So I had some sort of more basic question. So you're basically building on the existing models and existing technology, right? So I just wanted to understand what's your edge, because I mean your competitors can also have access to the same tools and technology. So what's your edge? I mean, and they can also build the same thing over time, right? So what's your edge that will sort of grow your business essentially?
Yeah, sure. So two things, sir. Let me answer that part, and I'll be very quick about that. So the first part is we own the workflows. So pretty much while the models we are using a bunch of models, both open source and proprietary, our core edge writes in workflows, and it's not just one workflow. We have married all the workflows into one unified platform. So it is kind
your
of
competitors can have the same workflows, right? Because it's not difficult to figure out these workflows, right?
Then the network effects come in, sir, because when we are selling to them, when we are talking about a dubbing, it's not just one or two guys who are doing that. There are like people who are receiving the file, who are dubbing the file. All of them, it's like a collaboration layer as well, right? So almost 30 or 40 people are collaborating onto the same platform. So it's kind of a distribution. That's one part of it. The second part of it, that at some point in time, we have to figure that part out, which is data as a moat, because we do access to have a lot of enterprise level data. Right? Right now, we are just using the data for that particular use case, but we are engaging with the enterprises in terms of saying, can we do a broader use of your data by licensing?
Okay. So
distribution in data becomes the moat.
So you plan to develop better models using those
we
data?
Plan to fine-tune models as we go forward, sir. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your question. Professor, your question, please.
No, it's a really exciting solution, right? So you intend to initially offer as a service model, then the product, and eventually offer as a product in the longer run. This is what your plan?
Sorry, W on.
Sorry. So you're absolutely right, sir. So as a matter of fact, it's not in the long run or the short run. We have a product which can be offered as a product or along with the solution. There we see that the value of solution lies because we are talking with the large enterprises who at times want a turnkey solution. And the part of the turnkey solution is the human element. So we provide both of them. Having said that, even today, we can provide the product as is basis.
Okay, so who are like traditional companies like Prashad Labs? These are your competitors?
Yes, sir. So we have competitors. Sorry, Harish, you want to answer? Yeah, sir. They are competitors, but what we are trying to work with is we are working with because we have a process of a human element, and there are these guide track creation and mixing things which are manually done. Where we are working with the same competitors as collaboration. And what earlier they used to do the same work over 3 to 4 days. Now they are doing within a day or less than that. But we are giving them volume of work, so that way they are also continuing to work with us. I mean, we may not be able to deliver to all the dubbing vendors, but yes, we are working with many of the dubbing vendors today.
Okay, wonderful. Wish you good luck. It's a wonderful solution.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, team.
Everybody.
Thank you, team, for studio. Thanks for the presentation. Team, you did well with the Q&A as well as greatly answered the question of the jurors. We wish you the best with your innovation.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your time. Thank you, everybody.
Best of luck, Team Studio. Jurors, please enter the score for Post Studio. Till that, I will get the next set.